Hello, and welcome to our 25th COVID-19 market update with Thomas Caldwell. Today's March 18th, 2021, and it's been a year that we've been social distancing and self-isolating. And with this milestone, we decided to change the name of our video. So welcome to our first episode of Insights with Thomas Caldwell. So Tom, we are in a different stage in this pandemic. There is confusion about the vaccines and their availability. What are your thoughts?
Well, it is a different stage, so that's one good thing. There's a lot of speechifying going on and a lot of confusion, and it really relates to a simple fact. Canada does not have enough vaccines. Our federal government has failed us in that regard. They're doing first shots and then delaying for months for the second shot, when it should be within 21 days and no longer than 72 days. So everybody's talking, well, we're going to have this facility set up, we're going to have that facility set up, and in actual fact, we don't have enough, and that's the big problem. And there's some confusion about the AstraZeneca. So this is part of the, I think, of the end game. Now, a lot of the so-called experts, which I've said many, many times, do not exist, particularly healthcare. They're saying, well, now we're going to have variants, we've got to watch out for that. I think we've reached a point where the shutdowns have to be released. We have to open up whatever stages they decide, but we've got to do that now. The damage being done personally, socially, economically is too great now for the numbers of lives saved. Now, that's a terrible equation to have to make, but sooner or later, governments have got to trust their people because the people don't trust the governments anymore. It's clear they're beyond their depth, and we're working our way through damage control, and it's easy to be critical after the fact. Mm-hmm. But in actual fact, this thing is winding down to some degree. We are going to have these variants. We can deal with them as we go, but we must start to work our way out of the shutdowns and get back to whatever normal is going to look like when this thing is over.
Okay, so Tom, what's your view of the financial markets at this point?
Well, I've said all along, one of the things I've been enthusiastic about is the very low level of interest rates fueling the demand for products that give greater returns. And that's equities, it's gaming in the stock market, it's all kinds of like art, houses, whatever. The Federal Reserve meets, I think it's this week in America, Bank of Canada, and everybody listens to every syllable out of place, what the governor says or the head of the Fed says. And usually they say nothing, frankly. I don't think there's going to be a dramatic change in interest rates trends. We may see a spark up in inflation once we get through the shutdowns, when people go out and start spending and, whatever it be, in cars, dinners, whatever. There will be a blip in inflation. I don't know that that will drive interest rates much higher because I see that more as a blip coming back to a norm. So I think we're going to have relatively low interest rates for a period of time. There might be a few scary days and they go, oh my gosh, interest rates are really going through the ceiling. I don't think that's going to happen for at least a year, 2 years. I think we'll be all right in that. So basically the tone of market is fine. What is happening in a lot of the high flyer tech stocks, people are getting tired and a bit of realism is seeping in through the cracks. So you're seeing some selling and pull off in those areas. But as you know, Liz, I've always been relatively optimistic in markets. There's always something to do. There's lots of opportunities still out there, lots of laggards within this market because it wasn't a homogeneous market. Still opportunities out there.
It's good to hear. Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. Bye for now.